Welcome, welcome, welcome. And as we kick off this special live stream, couldn't have worked out any better. We're talking about like weird circumstances and coincidences. Weird coincidence. We asked Jill to be on the stream last week. Turns out today is actually their wedding anniversary. So happy anniversary, you guys.
Thank you, guys.
That's so awesome. That wasn't even like part of the discussion. Like, ooh, we'll do a stream and we'll have Jill on there because it's the anniversary. Nick's like, oh yeah, it's our anniversary. Like, awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah, just simply works out. But welcome, guys. My name is Dan C. Bearded, co-host of this show, and this is the Doctor's Orders live stream every Tuesday on the Dr. Nick's Amazing Man Stuff YouTube channel. If you guys are excited to hang out today or watch in the future on replay, give a quick thumbs up, aka the like button, so YouTube knows there's some like activity and cool stuff going on over here. And if you want to share it out with your friends, I think they might learn something today. They might have some enjoyment as we dive into the mystery scents of April and kind of break down each one to get your guys' thoughts and feedback, to go over with Jill, who created these, and kind of hear about everything. And just a good time if you guys have any questions for this company, I will introduce over here. So first we have Nick and Jill, and they are the co-owners. They are the people that are making the products, doing the website, getting the new innovations that are out there. And again, power couple anniversary today, year number 2, by the way, for the for the anniversary. But welcome, first off, Jill. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. It is a gorgeous 75-degree day here in New England. So
Jill's doing extra good. The doors are off on her Jeep today for like the first time this summer, and the roof and the doors are off. So she's like, as soon as that happens, Jill's in her happy place.
yeah, I got a photo from my mom earlier. My hair was like getting sucked out of where the roof wasn't, and then like out the door, and I was like, oh, it's the best day of the whole year.
These guys are going to need that photo. We're going to need to throw that up on Instagram.
All she had to say too is, I really like your sunglasses. And I was like, Mom, I look like I'm in like a wind tunnel right now. People pay for this kind of volume in their hair.
That's amazing. And that's like your moment, Jill, when you get to go through, you just love that feeling of the Jeep and everything off.
Oh, I just love when my hair like kind of gets all stuck in my sunglasses and I have to bring the scrunchie. It's just my favorite.
That's awesome. Now, footwear. Do you have to have any particular footwear for that? Or are you like flip-flops, sneaker?
Oh, yeah. You have to have the flip-flops when the doors are off so you can stick it right kind of out the door frame, but not too far, and you get the breeze. Mm-hmm. So nice.
That's what I assumed. Very cool. Very cool. And Nick, how are you doing? And it's beautiful here today, too. Yesterday was like 87. Today's in the mid-70s. It's beautiful.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to be getting that mid-80s thing tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be a record high for this time of year tomorrow, which is weird. It's just like the winter was mild, so everything's strange. Like there's like bugs and trees that have tried to come out like a month ago, and then they all died because it got cold again.
Yep.
So like no one really knows what to do. I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. I put on flip-flops and shorts, and I don't wear shoes from now until like September or October.
I was gonna say right around your birthdays when you're like, ew, it's getting.
Ooh, I need socks.
Ew.
Yeah, time to go buy some of those since I threw them all away because I said I was never going to wear shoes again. But no, it's just like what we talked about last week. I've been doing exactly what we talked about last week, which was I've been outside either in the yard or in the garage after dinner until about 9 o'clock at night, every single night, either working on the truck, playing with the new robot mower because his name is Walter, actually. Sorry. In case of a robot uprising, we've made extra sure that Walter knows that we appreciate his hard work.
There you go.
We say hi when I walk by him because listen, I mean, that thing's got a lithium battery and 8 razor blades for fingers. Like if the uprising happens, I definitely want to be on Walter's good side. So it's been that. It's been working on the truck. It's been just all kinds of stuff, man. I've been doing great. Just been loving being outside.
We talked about seasonal depression on episodes, right? And the grayness and all that stuff. It's the exact opposite we were saying today. We walked out of the gym and it's like you have to shield your eyes because it's so bright out after walking out of a building, and the trees and the grass and the goose babies and the ducklings and all this stuff. It's like everything's just full of life right now. Like just so much life, and it like fulfills you. It's such a good feeling.
You know what though? But I feel like that seasonal stuff, like even when it's good, I start feeling like my seasonal depression is actually a little more manic than I thought it was. Because like when it's good, it's like, yeah, I'm going to go out and do this, that. And then all of a sudden it gets dark at 4 o'clock. I'm like, I don't want to do nothing.
Yep.
And I get all pissed. And so it's like, I don't know. It's almost like seasonal bipolar disorder at this point, because it's like there is two versions of me: the one that hates everything and doesn't want to do anything and doesn't ever want to go outside, versus the one who only wants to be outside and is mad when I have to go inside to go to bed.
Yep. Nope. I hear you entirely. I know it's doing good for us, so I'll take it and keep it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, especially with, yeah, like you said, real weird winter and then record highs. Like we hit a record yesterday at 87. Today was supposed to be a record, and I know pollen had a record day yesterday for like there's like a super pollen this year.
Good for pollen.
Yeah,
like
right.
just good, good job, pollen. Like hooray.
It's just gonna bust its way in and
Yeah.
Kool-Aid man its way through the.
By the way,
yeah.
pollen, you won. No one cares.
No one cares.
Pick up your
Back to
trophy and
turtles.
carry
Let's
on.
talk about those instead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're almost in our turtle season here, so I've been looking.
Oh, yeah,
we were talking about that last week. So
full snapping turtle world here. 2 today crossing the road. 2, and people are pretty cool in our town. Like we have like the big town Facebook drama group, everyone posts like, why are you mowing the lawn? Why are you doing this? Drive too fast, all that stuff. Well, people today, there was a massive, I guess it was like a 25-pound snapper on an on-ramp, and like a lady was like, I can't get out and get it, but please someone save it. And like they rallied the troops and had a whole team go out and save the snapping turtle. I was like, good for them.
Oh,
That's
see, that's
awesome.
good. That makes Jill happy.
Yeah, because there was I think it was 2 years ago, there was a huge catastrophe in Marshfield. There was a dinosaur, and he was that of a dinosaur crossing the street. This thing, and it ended up being about 40 pounds.
Whoa.
But he must have been crossing either early in the morning or because around here you do find people breaking for them. This one got creamed on the side of the road.
No.
And I'm certain it wrecked like a whole week in our home because like every time, obviously it's tough to move off the side. So every time I drove by it, I was like, this is not okay, man. This thing's been around since who knows, BC, like times. Like
Before trees.
The crustacean from the Paleolithic era.
Yeah, we had a similar year last year. I won't go into too much detail, but we have these ducks that, for whatever reason, we're not right by water by any means. The closest water is probably a couple hundred yards away at like a little retention pond. But these ducks find our house every year and they lay eggs. And they're back again this year. Last year, once the ducklings hatched, something came in and not turned out well. That wrecked Sam for a full year. This year, all signs were successful. We saw the babies get hatched. They left. There was no bodies, no anything like that. They went off and went to the pond and everything. So that was like
Dan cleaned up all the duckling bodies.
No, stop it. It was perfect and a happy ending. That's all I care about.
I would have if something there's no way in the world I was going to let her see. But we had like chairs set up. We had like a soccer net around it. We were like, no, nothing getting in there today. And so I think it was a successful launch this year. So that's the good news for us.
That's amazing.
Beautifully into a transition, speaking of successful launches, this company had a really, really cool kind of innovative idea, and that was in the month of April. Many of you took us up on that and were able to explore. Every order received a full-size mystery beard oil that has not been released from this company or any other company, and it was kind of like a spring cleaning. Jill had a ton of essential oils, didn't want them to go to waste, didn't want them to go bad, so made just whatever the heck she wanted, and the idea was to have some fun with it, but also to get some feedback on some potential scents for the future, or at least kind of learn from you guys and what you like and what you dislike. So we're going to go through pretty much each one, get a little story from Jill on the process of making and anything she wants to share about them. And then if you guys have feedback on any of them, whether it sounds good to you or you tried it, it wasn't for you, or it's your favorite you've ever had, I want to hear about it in the chat. And like Jacob starts off and says, it was on point. And then we're already getting some feedback. Zach says, if I'm going to make any Mr. Oils permanent, I vote C, E, and Q. And this is the stuff we want to hear. So if one comes up and you love it and you want it to be permanent, please let us know in this stream or on the Dr. Nick's Instagram page, which I will link in the chat right now. There is a spot to be able to leave your favorites. And so many of you have already and left some awesome comments. The beautiful thing about this is it stays up forever. So we can go back at any time to reference your feedback. So please do not be afraid to leave things like Jake saying E is patchouli forward sent to me, not a big patchouli guy. Hey, let people know. That's totally fine. Phil says R, Bay Rum. Please. I know I've said it before, but please.
Anybody notice that she made Bay Rum the R?
Oh, I did not. Well played. Well played. And Brett said I got A, I, and T. T for the win. Something about that coconut. The amount of people that have mentioned the coconut in tea maybe has been the most overwhelming feedback that I've seen.
We can start from T and work our way back through the alphabet because T was the last one I put out, and there is a funny story about tea.
Let's do it.
So
right.
we have here in town, we're a beach town, and we have a store called Levitate, which is a surf shop around here, and they do surf camps for kids in the summer, and they just have really cool, just relaxed feel clothes, lots of free people, lots of Roxy there, bathing suits galore. They're also, they own a coffee shop. They own like a backyard cantina type of thing. They're just kind of a local spot around here. And they work with lots of people, like local artists, like people that make clay mugs and people that make like jewelry.
Cool.
So Nick was like, we have to find the thing that Levitate's gonna want. This might be a little bit of a spoiler, but I got to at least talk about where the scent profile came from.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So we were talking about our body wash, and we're like, oh my God, our body wash is awesome. You know, we work with the Friends of Boston Homeless. Like, how do we get it out there more? What if we did like a surf soap? And it was our body wash, and maybe we like had a fun tint to it, and like we did clear bottles instead of the black so you can see the color. So we were talking about the scent profile. What would we do? So it had to be coconut forward. It had to have some woodsy notes and citrusy notes, and some florals to it. So that was actually one of the testers I was putting out for surf soap. And I wanted to know kind of what you guys thought about it. And we've gotten great feedback about it. So it's definitely bumped itself higher than the other one I had in mind.
Oh yeah, and the cool thing about the surf soap too is we're playing with the idea of using like blue spirulina powder.
Yeah, to tint
so
it.
It's like it tints it a little bit of like an ocean color. So if we did a clear bottle and put spirulina in it, it could be like our beachy like surf soap, and they could sell it there at their surf shop, and then we could do the same on the website. You know,
yeah.
That way you guys can get it too. Don't have to come to Marshfield.
So
that'd be really cool.
Because Marshfield's busy enough in the summer. Stay out of Marshfield. All right.
Please.
We don't need any more cars. Like, love you guys. Go somewhere else. Like it's just we're already getting the beach traffic.
Yeah, the grocery store is half a mile from our house. It should not take 40 minutes.
Come on.
There. Yeah.
And so if you guys have tried any of the ones that we talk about specifically, please feel free. And seriously, any feedback is welcome. Like Jake says here, he goes, it was very patchouli forward on E, later one, but not a big patchouli guy. We want to hear that stuff. I'm also not a big patchouli guy, so I totally understand and totally get that. So share, and again, if it's your favorite you've ever tried, heck yeah. If you're like, oh my gosh, I could see that in a body wash, that lends itself so well to something like body wash there. And it coconut, bergamot, citrus, and wood, just balanced, just clean, and it does have that kind of like cool surfer type vibes, outdoor type vibes, active. I like that.
Well, yeah, you think about like New England beach, right? Like we're different than like Florida beach or like Hawaii beach or California beach. Like
exactly,
it's it's like when you think of beach in New England, like I think about sun
cold
going
water.
down. I think about like beach fires behind a couple of trucks parked there, cooking on the beach and having some margaritas or something. So it's like, it's all the things, right? It's like sunscreen, it's the wood, it's the fire, it's the earthiness, it's the citrus. So it's like, it's the perfect blend for that.
Yeah. My second rendition had the addition of jasmine in it to make it both masculine and feminine at the same time. So maybe I'll have to try that one out with you guys before we decide. Maybe you guys can help us pick. That'd be
awesome.
Really cool.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay.
And to touch down on the, it's funny that, you know, Jake says what he said about patchouli. We have another oil out that has patchouli in it. And I'm wondering if anyone can guess which one it is without knowing.
Interesting.
It's not a mystery oil either.
It's not a mystery oil.
It's one of our
permanents
has patchouli in it. Now, yeah, I do wonder if anybody can guess that.
I wonder if anyone knows which one it is, because we don't really obviously advertise it, but it is definitely in there.
Interesting. Interesting.
For those non-patchouli lovers, I bet you like this one.
Yeah, throw it in the comments. Let's see what you guys think.
Number 9?
Phil says number 9, and he's dead on.
He's dead on. Number
Nice.
9 definitely has patchouli in it, but it's
Yep.
more of a subtle,
It's
Nice.
it's a bass note in that one.
Yeah. Wow. Good guesses, guys. Awesome.
Yeah,
All right.
damn, everyone's dead on.
Yeah, right. That's awesome.
You can't get
All
anything past you guys. S.
S, what do you got here? Because this was one that a lot of people were like, never heard of those 2 scents. What do you got here? And I'll be honest, I still don't know what the first one is. And I have some floral experience with the second. But yeah, Jill, hit us.
Yeah, Kanaga is actually, it's in the ylang ylang family. They're both floral notes.
Yeah.
One is a little bit more bitter, and the other one's definitely that forward, very floral, very feminine flower. As we were going through these, and I was realizing, oh man, this is picking up quite quickly. I don't think I've prepared enough oils. I ran in there one day and in a fit of madness was like, what do you got? And I found just these 2 floral essential oils sitting on my tray. And I was like, you know what? And I went like this and I smelled them together and I was like, ooh, this is actually not as feminine as I thought it was going to be. It has that subtle note with the bitter cut to it. So I really just dumped them in there and shook it up. So that was made in a fit of desperation. I can tell you that.
And Moose says S was fascinating. I researched the 2 flowers. So cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Super, super cool. I'm a floral guy. I like floral scents. Like, I really enjoy floral scents.
They have to be done right for men. Like, men shouldn't have anything too powdery that's floral. Like, that's just, it's that's what touches down on like a little bit more. And I'm super into gender neutral scents. Like most of my perfumes that I wear at home are very gender neutral. If Nick not that he would, but if Nick put them on, like his man musk would create a little bit different of a scent profile than it does with my lady hormones and stuff. So I love how the body, changes those scents a little bit. So
yeah,
awesome.
That was a winner though.
Yeah. And Phil, no one got any correct that put in like any kind of like online or nobody got any exactly correct unless Jill, you had some on the behind the
I had
scenes
someone really close and I tried to find him in our customer service list. I want to say his name is Chris Chapman, and I do apologize if I'm getting this wrong, but he is someone that would be in our live stream today if he's here. He was the closest of all.
Okay.
He had some guesses that had me dying laughing though, and we'll get to those when we come up.
Oh yeah, you got to get to some of the good guesses too.
Yeah, for sure. All right,
R. Chris, if I got your name wrong. Looking for it earlier, but I did get a lot of guesses coming in.
All right, beautiful.
If he's here, please call yourself out though.
right. Come on forward, Chris.
Yeah. So Bay Rum, this is funny because you mentioned something about you and Sam loving Bay Rum, and I didn't know if you've actually ever experienced, because you were talking about the barbershop scents. Yeah, I didn't know if you've actually ever experienced a West Indian bay leaf, which is considered Bay Rum. It is that of just an herb that's dried, and it looks like the bay leaf that you put in like your stews and your soup.
Right.
But it has a very spicy scent to it. Mr. Popular over here. It's very spicy bay. Like it has peppery notes to the leaf and all that it picks up on. And it's where it's grown and the altitude it's grown in. It's pretty cool.
That's super
So I actually still have some around. My buddy Dennis hit me up and he was like, what? You put a bay rum? You didn't tell me? So I have a few saved. If anyone needs and didn't get one, just let me know. I'll throw a sample in your order at any point.
Shout out to Dennis. And Moose said, R totally threw me off. Not at all what I thought.
A lot of people thought it was like a cinnamon based. Like I got questions because of allergies and stuff. And that one, it is that of just that leaf.
Man, and Zach says he didn't get it, but he would buy it in a nanosecond.
Well, Zach, I always see your orders come in. So I promise the next one that pops up, you'll get a little R sample from me.
Leo loves Bay Rum. Phil said he would buy the entire line if you put it in Bay Rum.
Well, I will circle that one. I would love for you guys to know though, with the natural, because we had this problem with oud, natural oud.
Oh yeah. It wasn't exactly what people were expecting.
Yeah, the natural side versus like the fragrance side, which is always more dressed up and more makeup and lipstick.
And Zach says, "Oh boy, thank you, Jill."
Q. This was actually a request from one of our one of our customers a few years ago, he's like, could you ever just do a sage one? I'm like, sure could. Let's try it out.
What
Sure
was the
can.
feedback like on Q? Did you hear much about it, or?
So many people liked it. And it's funny because everyone thought it was multiple oils in there, but sage itself is just so beautiful and refreshing. So perfect timing,
Mhm.
our
Yeah.
anniversary.
Yep.
Our colors were sage and beige, and we had lots of sage leaves out and eucalyptus out. So I didn't know if I was going to go down that road with this oil and do sage, eucalyptus, and like Palo Santos, or if I was just going to stick it with sage. And I was like, since people are guessing, why not throw them for a loop that this is a one ingredient oil?
Yeah, that is interesting. And I wonder even if not scientific, but all of the uses of sage with aromatherapy,
Oh, yeah.
using the cleansing properties and different beliefs and stuff. If this is, which it is, a real essential oil, I wonder if there's something there for at least groups of people that might be interested.
I absolutely think that people would be drawn to that, especially when we start doing a better job talking about like the aromatherapy side of our different scent profiles, which I'm making some really good progress on, by the way. I think that's one of the ones that would need to be in there because it would kind of round that out. And Palo Santo.
I still want to, I have a few things that I'm testing out with the sage, eucalyptus, and Palo Santo. I still want to kind of marry those together a little bit here.
And Phil is requesting an R sample on his next order. And
okay, I got Philbert.
Phil, I know the whole company appreciates he does so many great posts for Dr. Nick's and stories and stuff. Phil's always killing it with the hat, the shirt, the products. Dude's a beast.
Yeah, you get whatever you want, Phil.
I was going to say, I have about 16 ounces still together. So I can make plenty of samples for all our favorite friends that request.
All right. What about P?
P, okay. Yep, sandalwood, geranium, patchouli. This one definitely had a little bit more of a spice to it with the patchouli. It was much more patchouli forward with the sandalwood. So it was very woodsy.
Earthy, woodsy.
Yep.
Earthy, crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely wanted to like pull out your guitar and zone out playing along with some fish,
Yeah. And geranium, it's one of those floral notes that isn't super feminine. It has a bitter, profile to it that kind of blends well with spicy notes, and it's not too overbearing. It's nice.
Interesting. So Moose says, would mystery sample packs be a thing you guys would consider to do in the future?
I mean, based on this, yeah, I think we talked about doing that back in the past too, where we have just sample packs available when we get to that point, right? When we have the packaging and bottling for it. We think that we were going to do like like a top sellers, most popular kind of a sample pack for people who are new to to us and want to try things. And then whenever we do have stuff built up that's new scents, we're thinking about offering a sneak peek sample pack that would allow people to vote on which ones were their favorites in the sample pack, and that would determine next scent releases. So like if we could change that pack 4 times a year or something like that, and that's how we would pick the new scents throughout the year.
Love that.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, love that. And Moose says, I probably shouldn't say it publicly how much I'd be willing to pay for the whole alphabet sample pack.
I'm so upset because there was only 4 of the letter, there was 6 of the letter D's, but I actually made it all the way to T, which spelled out Dr. Nick's, but I didn't get a photo of it filled.
Oh,
so I have all
cool.
the blanks, but
I guess we got to do it again.
Okay, let's try again, maybe September, and go again. Yeah.
Gosh, geez,
but
guys.
yeah, so if anyone stuck it out,
that's what we should do though, because when we do this, if we do this again, what we got to do is while we're doing you get a random one added onto your order. We should also let people order a sample pack that is literally the whole.
Yeah.
That'd be
spell
cool.
out Dr. Nick's or something with the, you know what I mean? Yeah, something like that.
That'd be really cool. And Dynamite said he got 2 of the 3 correct on this one. He said it's light and very nice.
Yeah, it was very light. I felt like the sandalwood wasn't too aggressive, especially like for you, Dan, like for someone that doesn't love sandalwood. I feel like that could be something you could wear comfortably and not be like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm a big geranium fan. Like I said, I love floral. My favorite smell on this planet is probably lilacs. Like I just love that smell. Like
Oh
with
yeah, when lilacs are growing
passion.
outside, oh, it's
Oh,
Ours
so
it,
just
good.
ours just popped too. I said it yesterday. I was like,
oh,
tomorrow's gonna be warm. It's gonna smell so good in our yard.
the best smell, the best smell. And
So
Chris
good.
is right. I don't think this is the Chris you were looking for earlier, but he says that this is market research at its best. I didn't get to try any of these, but seems like you're getting valuable feedback from it. From day one, when Nick and I and Jill were talking about this, immediately we were like, oh, the feedback, the information that we're going to get from this,
It's priceless.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like a distributed focus group. It's like and it's exactly that. I mean, that's exactly it, Chris. I mean, we were excited just to do something cool to kind of spice up April a little
Yep.
bit. But on top of that, I mean, what better way to figure out what you guys want to see next, right? I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, for whatever reason, anytime the three of us get together and we have a problem, an opportunity, we always find multiple uses. It's not like, hey, we're just going to do a cool promotion. It's also we get to hear from you guys. You guys, as Nick has said for years now, you're the roadmap to product development. It's not Jill,
yeah.
it's not me, it's not Nate. You guys are the roadmap, and this is a way to be able to read and fill in that map. It's so cool, so dang cool.
Yeah, I mean,
All
it
right.
really it is. I mean, there's never any fear of like, oh man, I wonder if people are going to like this, because everything we release is either by request or things that people have tried and liked.
Yep. Straight up. This one is super interesting to me as well here, Jill. So tell us about O.
Okay. Some of the ingredients in O were meant for other oils I was testing out. I have a
Okay.
lot of bergamot right now. I created, just so you guys know, I created the perfect, and I mean perfect, what's the dang tea?
Earl Grey tea.
Earl Grey tea, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I created
I've
the perfect
tested that.
Earl Grey tea scent. It was dead on.
Oh, it
But the
smelled
thing with
so good.
bergamot is a very photosensitive oil.
Yeah.
So when Nick was testing it out, he was like, "Oh, this feels so good in beard." He went out and he's like, it's a little reactive. It's a little hot because the amount of bergamot that needed to be in there."
Yeah.
So I had a bunch left over. Spikenard came from when I was playing with amber and oud. It has that musky smell to it. I don't know if anyone's seen the flowering plant it comes from. It's one of those flowers with a really long things that come off of it. I'm sure you could pull up a photo. Yeah. It's a musk root and from the honeysuckle family. So I had a little bit of this left over and I was just playing with stuff. And neroli it's one of my favorite essential
Neroli is
oils.
just good in everything. Like neroli just smells good. Like
so good.
It's orange blossoms. I mean, how can you go wrong with orange blossom flower essential oils?
Mm-hmm.
That's so awesome.
They're
trying
amazing.
to find. I'll show you on here, Jill. You'll have an idea.
Yeah, so that purple one up in the corner, if you click all the way in the left corner, where like those, yep, that one. So like those, that's like the pollinators that like come all the way out.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, beautiful.
But it's of the honeysuckle family. That's why they're so long too.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you have those parts, dry them, and that's what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, when everyone was asking for the amber and oud, when we did our X's and O's, I have this essential oil fragrance book, and it's like how to make perfumes out of essential oil that I reference all the time, of just how to blend them together and balance.
Yeah.
I'll have to find the name of the book and let you guys know. It's in my laptop bag. But spikenard kept coming up, and I'm like, what the heck is a spikenard? Like, I have no idea. And I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it sounds
I have
right.
no idea.
So I found some, and I was like, ooh, on its own, this is not necessarily my favorite. And then once you blend it with other florals, it does, like, those notes really come out. So
yeah. So cool. And then look at the real CEO here. He says, hand on heart, Dr. Nick's products. Dr. Nick's produces my favorite beard oil in terms of scent, preferred viscosity, and in-beard feel. Face wash and beard balm, truly great also.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, man.
And that you in favorite tells you that he is not partial to us here in the U.S. He is one of our international customers.
Yeah, he's in the UK.
And he's not just being a yes man or a fanboy. He says, part 2, sorry, but not my favorite butter. He prefers Copper John's. Dude, great
Copper
feedback.
John's great, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, it makes this more valuable as feedback because you know that he's telling like the real truth. So
hell yeah. I'm not fanboying out at all. We're part of his portfolio in his regiment, but is transparent about what else is in there, which is what we like.
Yeah. Awesome. Anything else on O, Jill?
No.
No? Awesome. All right. N.
And yes, N was a start of what was going to be when we were doing our chai, which we'll get to
Oh, yeah.
another version of our chai on here.
Mhm.
But I was playing with the ginger, the cinnamons, and all that. This one has, some black peppers, some vanillas. Not everyone could try it because some people are sensitive to
Yeah.
cinnamon or allergic, which is understandable.
Mhm.
But yeah, this was just a fun one I had hanging around, and I was like, you know what? This one smells pretty good.
Is the end result pretty spicy?
It was pretty spicy. Yeah, the ginger is more forward than anything in that blend, so it's
Okay.
going to be the first note that you pick up on is the ginger, and
Okay.
then you finish it off with some with the cinnamon and a little chamomile. And chamomile,
Interesting.
even though being floral, it's not very floral forward.
Right. I always think of chamomile as that like relaxing, calming, like put you to bed type scent.
Mhm.
Yeah, I always, as a kid, I thought it was an herb. I never knew it was a flower
Hmm.
until I got older. And when we got the loose leaf teas and stuff, as I
Yeah.
aged and got older, I'm like, oh, it's actually a flower.
Yeah. And then I just learned something this week. Probably should have learned it way earlier in life. And who knows? Maybe I'm not even right because I just heard it. Chai tea is just saying tea.
Tea. Yeah.
Mhm.
Chai is tea in India, much like naan is their bread. So saying naan bread would be bread.
Yeah,
So
we
interesting.
double state most of their words,
Mhm.
which is weird.
Yeah. I like so crazy to think like, yeah, chai tea. Like, okay, all right, tea. Okay. And interesting.
There was
And,
a school on Kauai that was called Kula School, and Kula means school, so it was school. Everyone said they went to school.
Also, that
ATM
makes so much
scheme.
sense to your education too. It's
Yeah.
like you went to school.
Yeah.
And Jax for Life said, you guys are amazing. Asked about a flavor profile pair on Instagram that I love to see if you guys have anything similar, and you always respond. Thank you so much. Yeah, and we definitely have beautiful options with this company. The one that would be the most similar to the pear and apple kind of family in life there would be the formerly known as number 7, with that citrus, with that lime zest, with that pine. So if anybody's ever looking for something and you're like, hey, I love this scent from a company or this profile, reach out to Dr. Nick's. I know for sure they'd be happy to line you up with which scent fits best from their company. Awesome. He said there's a
Oh
bunch.
yeah, so we missed some of that. Your voice on our side was cutting out a little bit. I don't know why.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
We are more than happy, Dr. Nick says, if you guys love a scent from another company or other profiles, more than happy to align you with a scent that could match up to what they offer. So for example, if you were looking for a flavor profile like pear or apple, number 7, formerly known as that lime zest, that citrus, that pine, that's going to be your best fit on there. So if you have a question like that, anybody watching, don't hesitate to reach out to Instagram. Don't hesitate to reach out to the email. I know that you'll get a great answer.
I love the real CEO. He's like, snake venom.
Yeah, right. Snake venom. So snake venom is a retired scent from a retired company, and that would be, Jill, it would be the green side of mint. So if peppermint is the blue side of mint, that was a purely invigorating spearmint, maybe a little bit of wintergreen in there, but a very green mint scent, very abrasive and tickle the nostrils. Like, I loved it. But yeah, it would not be the peppermint rosemary. It'd be on the other side of the mint family.
Got it. Yep, that makes sense.
I have those
Ooh,
too.
that'd be good.
Hey, and look at Jacob here. He says, I just purchased a catch-all tray, so if you want to give it away, please do.
Oh, that's awesome, Jacob. You're so awesome. Well, we're running super low, so people will be really excited. Whoever wins it will be super excited.
Awesome. Yeah, we will do that. Let me pull up a generator, and we'll get that for the end of the show. Don't let me forget, and I will star that so we remember. Awesome, man. That'll be really cool. And we'll show that off and let everybody know how that works as well. So awesome.
And I just want to quick shout out to Jacob. He sent us a couple of gifts when we got everything in. And one of them was a catch-all tray, and it was for Shelly. And I know that we brought this up. It had this beautiful sunflower printed into it, which is really important for her. It reminds her of her mom who has since passed. And when I opened it, I cried. Like, I literally cried tears of joy. The amount of time and talent and that went into this thing, it's so beautiful. I was like, if this was for anyone else, I would hide it until forever to just like keep it for myself. But I gave it to Shelly She shed a few tears. It was so beautiful. Jacob, thank you so much.
Yep, and those catch-all trays, you guys, are available on the website. They are made by Jacob, real leather, real handcrafted. I mean, look at those details. Even on the Dr. Nick's Instagram page, there are some posts that show like the progress and how it started and what he did. So go check out those Instagram pages, guys. Really, really cool stuff. And then, yeah, they're right here on the website. I mean, the quality just...
Yeah, he
hard to
doesn't
explain.
skimp on anything down to the hardware. Like as
Yep.
I'm putting
Such
the
nice
first one together, I'm like,
materials.
wow, these are beautiful little pieces of hardware. Like they're just
Oh,
so
yeah.
that I've never seen before. So
Yeah, he
Cool.
nailed it.
Dynamite has one permanently on his desk.
Yep, it's right in my closet. It's where I put everything that's in my pockets every day. It goes right in the catch-all. It's keys, wallet, pocket knife, all the stuff.
That's so cool. So cool. All right. End check. Okay. Now on to the second batch. We'll continue the trend of working backwards here, starting
looks
with
like we're on
M.
M. Yeah. So citrus hemp and woods. This is non-psychoactive. It is hemp, I promise.
Federally legal hemp.
We were playing around with the idea, living in Massachusetts, of adding like some sort of notes of hemp-based products and doing like a CBD line, although restrictions are in, all that make it a little bit difficult. So this was one I had sitting around.
Uncle Sam doesn't play that.
No.
The citrus is, the grapefruits and the oranges and, non-psychoactive hemp and some woodsy notes that I won't give away, but it finishes with that nice little spicy woodsy. Ended up being a little bit strong on the herbaceous side of the hemp. I think that definitely took over like the citrus in the woods. So it didn't make the cut, but
Okay.
it was a fun one to play with and see if anyone could guess.
Yeah, I don't think anyone guessed. And I didn't hear much about this one. I didn't hear much good or bad. Was it a lower run one?
No,
like
I had
smaller
almost
numbers?
like a half gallon of it.
Really?
I'm
Yeah, there's like
surprised.
60 something of them went
Yeah,
out.
it was like, I
Man.
think it ended up being like 40 something of them. Yeah.
John, oh my.
Oh
yeah,
my.
that's him all day, every day. And Jason's like, man, I wish I would have gotten M on this one.
Well, M is one of those ones that it was a really quick makeup. So I'm sure that wouldn't be too hard to bring back around even for another mystery line or another fun sample throw in.
Yeah,
So.
and Gary has a good question. Can that plant, right, the hemp plant, can that be used in fragrances?
Oh,
It
heck
can,
yeah.
It's totally, when it's non-psychoactive, it's totally safe. There's a lotion line out there, hemp, that uses it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, so like the hemp, right? So like there's the hemp side of it that people can use for fragrance, and there's the cannabis side, right? That people can use, which are two different things. But then
terpenes too, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was just gonna say, Chris, is I was looking at terpenes, and what's really cool is a lot of the same terpenes that are in cannabis that give it its different scents and flavors and effects are also in a lot of other plants. Like limonene that's in cannabis is the same limonene that's in actual lemons and citrus oils.
Yep.
So the terpenes, they exist kind of universally across lots of different types of plants, and they oxidize and they change and they mature and they mutate and evolve. And so while looking at it, I was like, darn, can't do anything terpene based because they have to do a separate line and have to call it something that's federally legal and CBD and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, like what if we pulled the terpenes that we like and we found them derived from other plants that also have them, and we could have the terpene benefits of the scents that they do. And there's also some cool aromatherapy benefits of terpenes. And that way it could fall right in our normal product line. We wouldn't have to do anything separate, which would be really cool.
Yeah, and that's
So
how
cool.
that idea kind of spun up. And with hemp, it's like it's an anti-inflammatory. It's really good for hair health and strengthening at the root. It's lots of benefits there to hemp.
No doubt. John wants to know if you have any left of M.
Of M? Oh, that would be, like I said, it's a really quick makeup. The recipe is pretty simple. I'll rate John Drennan right next to this one.
John's awesome too. Very cool. All right, love
And
that.
I have all the labels saved on my Cricut
Beautiful.
space, so we can print it back out.
Beautiful. All right, what about L?
Oh, this one's so freaking cool because of the black pepper essential oil in there with the vanilla. There's something about when black pepper essential oil is mixed with things that are either citrusy or sweet. Like, I don't know what the heck it does, but it's amazing.
Full disclosure, this one technically has an absolute in it, which is just a different way of extracting the essential oils. It doesn't make it a fragrance oil. There's no alcohol in it. It's just a different extraction process, which is why this one probably hasn't fallen to our normal line just yet, although it does fit the profile of being all natural. So yeah, this one, that vanilla is very forward. It's got a good spice to it. The woods in it, the cedar woods, and oh my goodness, there's lots of woods in that one. Yeah,
great.
so it's got that nice woodsy up front with a strong vanilla finish.
No, it's awesome.
We got a comment from Arden Fairfax. I don't think this is our buddy Arden. I think this is a different one, but how funny is this? He says, in all my YouTubing years, I've ever been recommended, I'm assuming never, I've never been recommended a beard content live stream. Is YouTube broke again? Hey, that means it works, you guys. That means your thumbs up. That means your shares are showing YouTube that something great is going on here, and it's recommended to people that weren't trying to find this already. So Arden, welcome. I think you might enjoy it. Give us a chance here, and shout out to everyone that's doing stuff. I love, as someone who studies the backside of YouTube, pause. And I really enjoy that aspect and hearing about that. So super cool.
I was picking up what you're putting down there.
Middle school. We'll keep going. All right. So yeah, L sounds like a banger. It really does. Lots of love on that one. And in the chat here is, somebody said L is fantastic. Would have never guessed. And getting just different feedback on them. All right, K.
K was a version of X's and O's as well. This actually does have a garwood in it. I didn't put that on the forward part of it because there's a few other woods in there, so they all blend together nicely. We use myrrh in our 18. This did have a cinnamon flair to it. It was just meant to be something for February that was spicy, warm, had that musky smell that you guys were kind of seeking in the agarwood, also known as oud. So that's how that one was originally spun up, but it wasn't exactly right for what I was trying to spin out for X's and O's. So it took a back seat.
What about
get out?
What about a 4th of July special edition scent named Murica? And you use
don't you tempt me, Dan.
Do you know how much fun you guys and Nick could have on like customing the labels, like Saint Nick, the different ones? Murica. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
I'm on it.
That could be really, really cool. Something with like the Plymouth Rock or something in there too as an essential oil, like some kind of mineral. Murica.
Well, you don't want anything that smells like Plymouth Rock.
No.
There's some people that sleep down there sometimes.
Yeah,
that really
like
big rock.
Seawater and urine at Plymouth Rock right now.
Yeah, basically.
So how would you describe K? Like if you had somebody was like, hey, elevator, just give me a general, what would this scent be like? Because I'm having a hard time fathoming this one.
A spicy vanilla. That's kind of how I would call it. It's just a very spicy vanilla, but not like what you would think with like a chai that has those ginger and cardamom notes. It's just very forward of like, the cinnamon, the vanilla. There's some vetiver in there that brings out that natural spice, a little bit of what they call nature's leathery scent.
There you go. And John says, you won't do it. You won't make
Murica.
Hold my beer, John.
I'm going to take my earrings out right here on
Jill
stream.
Said, stream's over in 17 minutes. Watch.
Watch me. Red, white, and blue. Here we go.
All right. What about Jay? And Jay is one that we heard a lot about. And even in here, I think this is our friend in the chat, but he said Scent Jay is a banger. And a lot of people had very potent feedback about Jay.
I was excited about Jay. This is one that I waited a little bit for because my first name starts with Jay. So I wanted it to be, just something I could reflect back on and remember. But yeah, it has a light mint to it that you don't really pick up on. It's very citrusy. It's floral. It's got magnolia in it. It's got some pink grapefruit.
It sounds perfect.
Yeah, the citrus notes are more of those summery citrus notes, not like your traditional lime and lemon that we work with. It's got some tangerines, some mandarin in it. It was really nice. And when I smelled it, I was like, ooh, this is kind of the floral notes I'm looking for our gentlemen out there that want something citrusy, but a little bit of that floral note, and then finish it off with some sage and mint. That was pretty nice.
And then you see Jay and heart eyes down below, more good feedback. That was one of them. If I were to like off the top of my head say which one's got the most positive feedback, the people that loved Jay, loved it. And so yeah, lots and lots of good feedback on this one. And Moose says Jay sounds like something that needs to be approved to the main product line by corporate immediately. Me, I'm corporate. See? Like, yeah.
Ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Our buddy Dan B came down to visit us, and I wasn't planning on releasing Jay until the following week. And I was like, hey, you're here. And like, he's such a good dude. I was like, you have to try it first. So Dan B actually got to try Jay well before it was shipped out to everyone else.
Nice.
So.
He said it's in beard today. Dynamite says, agreed, Jay needs to be in the main line.
I knew that was going to be a hit. I just felt it in my bones.
Yep. Right. Like you said, it's Jay for Jill. Of course, it had to be a top-notch one.
Awesome. And my birthday was in April too. So I was trying to line it up with like my birthday there, but I think it went out like just the week before, but.
Perfect. Now the other one, this one I had to ask some people to clarify because doing L versus I, and like that can get a little bit confusing, but there was a lot of really, 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 really good feedback for I. Tons of people came in, and that one sticks out to me because they would clarify. They're like I, and they would do like the lowercase one. This one had a lot. These two had a ton of feedback.
Good news is this is the chai tea I was working on last fall. I did not finish it in time. We got the labels and everything in, so they're downstairs. I wanted to know kind of what you guys thought because I worked really, really hard on balancing the cinnamon as to not be too overbearing and making sure that vanilla finish was something that you guys picked up on. But this is intended to be our chai that we were talking about back in October and November.
And Phil said it really caught just the write-up his fiance's interest. I could see men and women loving this one.
Oh, yeah.
Funny side note, though, the guy that did guess, I believe his name was Chris Chapman that guessed. He guessed cinnamon and olive, which was one of the funnier ones I got back. And I was like, I wonder if like that ginger note is like maybe some sort of pickling memory comes up because there's absolutely no olive in this. I promise. I don't squeeze olives for their essential oil. That was probably one of the funnier guesses I got of all the mystery oils.
That's great.
Cinnamon and olive. I'm like, nailed it. You got it, bro.
So can we say that I will become a mainline scent in the nearish future or no?
I would say that I have one more thing to tweak after smelling the mystery oils go out. I know exactly what I need to tweak on it. It will be these same ingredients, but yes, we can honestly say this fall we will have chai out for you guys.
Let's go.
All 2024. You heard it here first.
Boom. Love that. All right.
Boom.
And then H.
H was my twist after all our feedback of X's and O's. I'm like, ooh, what do I need to do differently? So I kept the original recipe and I added in rose essential oil to make it a little bit softer. Some people absolutely love the X's and O's. I did too.
Yeah. Especially after it aged for a while when it's steeped.
It
was fantastic.
That was one that was like balsamic vinegar. It was way better like after it was aged.
Oh yeah, like 6 months later, it was spot on.
Yeah. So that was a tweak I was playing with. And we weren't planning on doing anything for Valentine's Day this year. So it was just like, hey, what do you guys think?
Yeah, that's super cool. And our new friend Arden says, I used to grab my dad's beard, which he hated. May I ask the two bearded guys, have you ever had their beards tugged in an unpleasant manner? What do they do? Cool. I do not. I don't think I've ever had one where I've had to react like anything. So I'm not sure. I'm a larger than average human. So there's not many people that come up and grab my beard or anything unpleasant like that. How I would react, I don't know. Nick, have you ever had your just a stiff arm? I'm sure.
I mean, not in like an aggressive way. No, it's like only self-induced. Like it's to the length now where like if I sit down and I don't notice that my leg has sat on it and I go to turn my head and look at something, then all of a sudden I yank my chin back or, it's me catching it in things or sitting on it or grabbing something to go put it down and like having my hand over my beard while I do it.
Yeah.
There was something last week. You were like, "Oh, I got 3 whole hairs."
It was, I like was putting something heavy down and I wouldn't like put it down. And I just was like, oh no, I was bending over and I was grabbing something. And before I stood up with it, I like straightened my back out. And when I did that, I like pulled out 3 or 4 beard hairs at once. And like, it was audible.
Always put your beard in a bun before you do proper form, right?
It's a knot.
Oh, a knot. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't say bun around here for men, Jill.
Yeah, come on.
Jeez.
Come on.
Golly. Talking about rows and talking about buns. What are you trying to do to us over here?
I don't know. Man buns drive me nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. G. We're doing G.
We're on. Oh, yeah, G. Okay. G was a fun color. That was another one I did not have enough of, but it has the blue tansy oil in it, which is crazy because it's actually a yellow flowering plant.
Interesting.
So the blue comes from the chemical compound to extract it from the steam distilled process, which is kind of cool. So the yellow, I assume the yellow and the green played together in some sort of way to create that crazy blue color. But yeah,
that's cool.
That was a very, very interesting one for sure.
Super limited line. I would love to know if anyone in here had actually
Jason G. No man buns.
I'm sorry, I meant like buns, but
it's a fun story about no man buns and hating man buns. You guys know I do the Florida Man Monday segment. This one didn't quite make the cut yet. Maybe you guys have a preview, sneak peek here. I forget the exact number, but there was a guy in Florida arrested for he went on a spree. I think the final number was like 47. He cut off like 47 man buns in one evening. He was going around chopping off man buns.
Just on a tear.
Super rude.
Yep. So that might make the cut soon, you guys. When in my thorough, deep research, I came across that man.
Wow.
So nice. Very cool. These were, again, blue tansy. I had never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a yellow flower. Because when I first got blue tansy in, I'm like, whoa, look at this color. It's so cool. We can play with this. So I like try to learn all about the plant. I'm like, it's a yellow flower.
Yeah. That was really cool. When you had like the big bottle that you showed the color of, that was awesome.
Yeah. That was a fun one.
So we have a challenge now because we have 6 minutes left and 6 cents left.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Ready?
Let's do it here. Down to the first round and the last ones. These are the first ones that went out. All right.
Okay.
Palo Santo, yeah.
Yep. Palo Santo, that was when playing with the sage, eucalyptus ideas and stuff in Palo Santo. We had our house treated with some Palo Santo when we first moved in to get all the evil out. So I love Palo Santo. That was just playing around.
Nice. And then super complex one.
Oh, yeah.
This was a very complex one. Copaiba, I absolutely love. It's one of those smoky, woodsy notes. Vetiver, another one I was playing with for when we were coming up with the 21 of like the smoky scent.
Yep.
So this fell in line with making number 21.
Nice. Would you describe it as earthy overall?
It is pretty earthy because the lavender in it is not your typical Bulgarian lavender. So it picks up a more of the earthy side of lavender versus the floral note of lavender.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it is a little earthy because that plays with it all. And then I feel like the citrus kind of brightens it up a bit, you know?
Yeah. But the Copaiba definitely adds some like smokiness to it. Vetiver, smoky, patchouli, very spicy. So yeah. But people love the E, so I also had that circled. I know that Zach Harris said he loved the E. I thought the E was great.
Yeah, absolutely good feedback there as well. Yep, and yeah, a bunch of people. The first one was a lot of people just being like, "Man, I was off with my guesses. I had no idea on that one."
Yeah, that one was a tough guess there. Sorry, guys.
D's I was gonna say D's a real mouthful, but I feel like that was going to go off color a little bit.
Easy.
Look at the description. I was going to say it's a lot of words.
Yeah,
it's a whole lot of things.
Yeah. Hey, yo, all right, Jill,
like
what's
how
going
I caught
on with
myself
the
and
letter?
didn't say it, but then called myself out for not saying it by saying it.
D was very complex. I did not make a lot of it. It was a test from a long time ago, so there was not a lot of D going out that day. So.
Oh my!
And on to C. Okay, lavender, juniper.
We have not progressed past the 5th grade sense of humor. I apologize.
So good, so good. Hey, yo.
We just got banned from YouTube in the middle of the stream. It's ridiculous.
We just got demonetized.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to know what everyone thought about C. I thought that was a nice woodsy one. It had some floral notes. It had some juniper in there. I love ylang ylang. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful flower note.
I really liked C. That was one of my favorites, if not my favorite. I really liked that one.
That one was awesome.
C was great.
I think I ran out of that one like that. I think there's like that. I used it one day and then used it the next, and it was gone out of my sample.
And a lot of people will move on to B because a lot of people were super stoked on this. And I have a story about B. B I came out with when we started trying to find more sense to our line in like 2020 when we relaunched 2020-2021 line. Our timeline. I was worried that this was too close to number 7, that people would be like, oh, since we didn't have a lot of scents out at that time, we had a very small line. I thought people would be like, repeat. But now hearing all the feedback, you guys actually smell the difference that we smell in it, which is awesome. It has the chamomile in there. It has, there's no lime, there's no lemon. So the citrus notes in there are definitely more of like the orange, tangerines, grapefruits and stuff.
It's like juicy fruit.
Yeah,
it's like no, you know, it's like I got like the commercial stuck in my head already just by thinking about it.
But it does play on the line of that like citrus floral note that if you do like number 7, I assume you couldn't hate.
Yeah, and there was good feedback. Wade said B is fantastic. He would buy it. Doug, I think it's Doug, said for B, he goes, it's a fantastic scent. I would buy. So a lot of people just, right here, just like, oh man, I would buy that one. Like, not just I like it, like I need it in my life.
Okay, that's good to know that you guys also notice a difference because some people, scent is so subjective and like what you pick up on is, it's such a personal thing. So I was a little bit concerned that you guys would be like, is B just number 7, but like older? Right. This is like his older brother. Like he's like the cool older brother with like the hot rod car. Is that what this is? Or
and then the very first one, the start of the mystery oils A.
I was so desperate to make a clary sage scent. Just couldn't do it. No one liked it.
No, not the one.
No, I love clary sage. I think it was a really cool oil.
I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, with the Copaiba, that natural like smoky scent, the lavender. It was, those are the only those are your ingredients right there. I dare you to balance that better than I could because I would love to buy it off of you.
Right.
But.
And the feedback I got on A, everyone was super nice. They didn't say they loved it. They didn't say they disliked it. They just said, I was way off. Oh my gosh, I was off.
I like how people, instead of saying they didn't like this one, they say the one they did like better. They're like, oh, I really liked C, I really liked B. You guys are so nice.
Exactly. Yep.
I appreciate that.
Classy, super classy.
Yeah, a lot of people were just like that lavender was very forward in that.
For Moose, answer, what's different between sage and clary sage?
Clary sage is a flowering type of sage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I thought just because of the name Clary that it must be from Ireland.
Yeah, it's not from Ireland. I might be completely wrong on that. So
yeah, it's just potato infused.
Yeah, we based that on completely nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I thought that was the flowering one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's flowering. It's purple. It's a purple plant.
Yeah, I mean, you sounded really confident when you said it.
Yeah, well
so
I'm so glad.
Made sense.
Because then I went, oh wait, you're doing that thing again where you're just talking out of both sides of your mouth.
So if you guys continue to wear these, what I would love to ask of you is to report back to those Instagram posts and keep your feedback coming. If you're like, man, I've sat on this for 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now, and I need Q in my life. I need I in my life. Sincerely let them know you guys are the roadmap to future product development. And this was, as we said, about as good of market research as possible from the people that would potentially be buying. You get to try it for free. It was just a really, really, really cool event all around. And straight up kudos to Jill for just executing it and putting in extra hours, putting in extra work that wasn't done before because it's something brand new, and truly crushed it for a special month, at least for me, and being able to talk to you guys and hear about it. It was really, really fun, and everyone seemed very excited.
I had so much fun with it too. Yeah. I mean, we were labeling these at home. someone might have received like one with like a little surfer hanging out the side of the label because we're like blowing off the desk upstairs as we're like labeling them all at home, and then I filled them when I went in the next day, and
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. And thank you guys for all the feedback, and negative or not, that's what we need. Like, we're all about, full blown transparency here. You won't hurt our feelings. I'd rather put something out that you guys like than you're like, Dr. Nick's man.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we will be live, same time, same place, you guys, next week, 1 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. Nick, Jill, final words, anything that they need to know before we go?
We're going out to lunch for our anniversary.
Yeah, anniversary lunchtime. We're off to go do that, and then I don't know, just get outside. Go do something. Like if you're inside, you should fix that by going outside.
Medicine
would be my advice. That's my parting words for today, is get the hell outside. But no, this was great. I mean, like you guys have pointed out, this was the most effective market research ever.
Boom. I forgot. Super quick.
Giveaway.
I got a giveaway
here
guys.
in red too and was ignoring it.
Oh, quick. We'll go over. That's fine. I need to know who to send this out to.
Yes. So we have the giveaway here for a leather catch-all tray. This is made by Jacob from the company Jacked Up Leather Works, and it is going to be donated, this giveaway, by Jacob here. So
thank you, Jacob.
Yeah, thank you, Jacob. So cool. And he says, happy anniversary. So what you guys are going to do is I'm going to give you a number range. And the first one that gets that number correct on my screen will be the winner here. Now, please only enter once. And make sure you're only entering once, and make sure that you understand the internet prioritizes your answer. What do I mean by that? When you hit enter, it's going to show up on your YouTube page right away. That doesn't necessarily mean that's the order it gets to me, because it's got to take all these numbers that people are hitting enter at about the same time and put it in a single file list. Sometimes it'll show yours ahead and you'll be like, I won, what's going on? I promise you, I can show you screenshots. I can prove it to you. It's just how it works sometimes. So you're going to pick a number. How many people we got in here? Okay, just under 40. So we're going to go 20 to 30. Okay, so our number, okay. I like it. All right. Our number that you're going to be picking from, and you wait until I say the word go. The next time I say that word, spelled G-O, is when you guys are going to get your answers in here. Give me a number in the range of 20 and 38. Go.
32. Oh, was I not supposed to guess?
She can't see anything. 20 and 38. Go. We'll see who has it, and only enter once. Don't delete it. None of that stuff. I'm sure somebody will. Hopefully, the odds will be in our favor where someone gets it. Okay, let me see.
I love all these multiples. Like you guys, like your brain waves just all like,
Yeah, there's so many common numbers when we do this.
I know.
Yeah, it's
lots
so
of
cool.
33s, lots of 34s.
Isn't that interesting how they have no concept? They hit enter at the same time, and there's always trends.
Yeah.
It really is. All right. We do have a winner. I'm going to show you guys the generator first, and then I will go from there. The range was 20 to 38. The winning number was 23, aka Jordan. And we got our friend, the Bearded Pork Chop, as the winner here. So Bearded Pork Chop got this one. Best way is probably to have him contact Dr. Nix, right? Because it was
hit support. Yeah, hit support at drnix.com. Just send us an email saying you won the giveaway, and give us your government name and physical mailing address along with your email address. Well, you'll have that because you already emailed us. So you don't need to type that separately because we have it.
And if you have ordered from us before, Bearded Pork Chop, we have all your information. Just remind us of your actual government name, because I sure
doubt
it's not
Bearded
pork chop. But if it is, hey, to each their own.
Look at that. Being super kind, man. He said rerun it.
Oh, that is super kind.
Let's do it, guys. Let's do it here.
Was there another 23 guess after him?
Ooh, I like that. Let me check.
I don't see one.
Okay. Nope. Good call there. All right. Very cool. He's paying it forward. Yeah, I love that. All right. We will do it again with a new range, you guys. With a new range here. And we got 34 people. Let's go to this range. Okay. Get ready.
John Drennan just goes 23. You won.
All right. New range, one new entry, guys. One new entry. Before, again, I'll put the word in here. And he says, no need for cost to ship to Canada.
Aw,
Dude, that's very
that's
kind.
sweet.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Very kind. All right. The new range is going to be 10 to 25. Go. 10 to 25. Go. And I do have the number here generated. Okay. We should have a winner, I would assume. 10. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, the doubles are going again.
Yeah.
And again, only enter once. Only enter
Crap.
once.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 15s.
Wow. See, it hurts my odds when when I'm like, okay, I'll take about half the amount of people. The doubles, throw it off. We don't have one yet. All right.
Come on, guys, you got this. It's not 15.
A stop. Okay. I'm going to show you guys here, and we're going to run it again. So our stop on this one was a 14. Double check for me, but I did not see any 14s.
Nope.
Nope.
Swing and a miss.
So funny. Okay. We're going to go again.
Tighten up the range.
Yeah, we're going to have to. Okay.
I'm about to eeny, meeny, miny, mo this. I'm just
Right.
saying.
All right, John again.
14.
All right. A smaller range. Oh, that's just me. A smaller range this time, you guys. And we are going to go with a range between 30 and 40. Go. 30 and 40. Go. There is one of the numbers within that range. Guess once. This is an amazing, amazing catch-all trait. Wow. Okay. You can stop. The first two are double numbers. Same one. It is the correct one in 33. And the second place on the screen was Jason G. The winner was David Hill. David Hill. So the crowd goes crazy. David, congratulations. Please reach out to support at Dr.
I actually
Nick's.
think we have all of David's information.
Yeah, I think we have David covered.
Perfect.
We'll get that out to you, David. Congratulations, my friend, and thank you, Jacked Up Leatherworks.
Thank you so much, Jacob.
He said, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Full circle with the Kool-Aid, man. Love it.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, you guys, happy anniversary. Go enjoy your lunch. Everyone else will